All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Altaric Pass today. The friendly team, Orphea, Anduin, Artanis, the Butcher, and Johanna. We're going to have a wonky game on our hands here because we're playing against the B team. Viewers you know and love are going to be throwing themselves into my character nonstop. We do have some dueling Artanises right now. Let's get some AoE damage down over there. We can use our Q to step back. I still don't have the golden ring on Orphea, but I've been working on it. If you haven't seen our progress leading up to this, my Q ability is a straight line skill shot that allows me to reposition soon after. My E ability is a big ol' slow, just like that. And then my W ability is a chomp that I can place on the ground, and it'll deal damage to everything basically in front of me. The first brawl death ball looks like it went in favor of the enemy team, and wouldn't you know, they're on their way back in already. Now, as long as I land my Qs, I should be able to stay here for an infinity and beyond. But if they push up too far, we are going to be in trouble. Also, if I get my build off the ground and perform it right, I might be able to like completely one-shot that Vala. Now that I said that, they might take the spell damage talents, but I don't know, we'll see. Johanna's having some trouble up top. Let's rotate up and try to help out. Bite going down, as well as our E. Enemy team's Artanis is in a bit of a bad spot now. Fantastic root by the friendly Anduin, and they are taken down. That's what you get for picking on my team. Trying to bully our Johanna? Hell no, not today. It is important that on this map we take this this mercenary camp as soon as it's available, if anyone is able to. I, unfortunately, am very bad at doing that on Orphea, but if I could dance around these team fights, we're going to be just fine. Decent damage from Vala there. I can't get too close. We can't be complacent. Oh, I do see a charge coming in, though. There's the tumble. Let's put some damage on top of it. Not quite enough. I think I should have connected with my Q first. I went for the W instead. I'm going to go back to the base really fast, get full health prior to the objective. We should get the warning that it's happening any moment now. And I want to be able to use my sippy cup to fall back to if I need it. Increase overflowing chaos damage, or this might finally be the game where I take Backbiter and try to just move away from this enemy team. If Muradin and Artanis both jump on me at the same time, why do they have 3 fucking tanks? Okay, we may not take Backbiter. I might want to just beat these guys up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Increase overflowing chaos damage. We'll do that. Just send that down that way. We'll be able to start eating minions at level 7. And if they don't respect me after I start eating, they are going to be in for a rude awakening. Basic attacks against enemy heroes while having stacks of chaos deals more damage. Great charge by the Butcher to start things off. I'm going to move out and try to slow down the reinforcements moving in. But unfortunately, that means that I just got bit. We dodged the stun, but I'll move through. Auto attack. Perfect bait. Come on, get it, team. Get it. Get in there. Go fucking get him. Oh, I needed one auto attack to heal from that Vala damage there. I was feeling ballsy. I felt like I could do it, but unfortunately, they turned around a little bit too fast on me. We did kind of get hit with every ability. I was assuming some of those were going to be on cooldown. Vala very low now as the Butcher tries to eat the meat, but he can't and gets taken down just in front of the wall. These team fights are kind of all over the place, as they tend to be in double viewer games. I might have to rejoin from this direction. If Muradin wants to re-engage, we could dance around him for a little bit, I think. But if the entire team moves forward, that's going to be a lot more difficult. Let's slow down Artanis. Sidestep the swap. I like that. If you can get in. E on cooldown for just a couple seconds. Oh, we almost had a perfect one in there. I wish I got it sooner. Interrupt the channel. He can swap me again. That's off cooldown. We are going to take Ravenous Hunger. Back it up with that pivot. Slow on the way out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Keep it up. Did the Butcher fall back? Oh, we got split. Okay. I need to start eating minions immediately. I think I can do an E into a bite, and that will clear off the ones in the back. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just like Asmodan's. As long as you kill them within 1 second of your W dealing damage, you will start to gain some stacks. So this is now the most important thing that I can do for my player power. So I need to make sure I'm doing it. And I can interchange between E's and Q's on that back line to continue to get power. So while my team is posturing for this, I'm going to try to keep scaling. Now that they're moving in, of course, things change a little bit, don't they? I'm going to try to deal damage to the minions, preventing the channel. Johanna stepped forward very, very far here. I think the channel is going to be interrupted, but the Butcher is in. We try to bite. Bite misses most heroes. Let me pivot back. Q again. Slow right on the healer, because you know that's where everyone's gravitating towards. Oh, just missed my Q, though. Will the team have enough to keep me safe? So far, it looks like that is a resounding yes. Very good healing by our Anduin so far. So I want to chase that. I want to be involved in the fun stuff. But you know what I really need to do? Bite these minions. And it looks like... Oh, I thought Fox was going to prepare them for me. I thought I was going to have my meal delivered to me on a silver platter. It doesn't look like that's going to be that easy. I'm going to rotate middle, try to get involved with this. Great swap on the enemy team's Vala. I tried to lay some damage down on the gate, but their Anduin frees her from the Butcher's clutches. We are getting soak bot now. Glad we noticed that. Artanis for the enemy team soaking top as well. Looks like he's already dealt with the objective up here. That was a good maneuver. The only time he's going to be able to grab me is if I'm lining up my meal plan. And I need to be very aware of his positioning when I go to try to get stacks. XP is very even in this game, but the enemy team is beating us to level 10. There we go. I'll get my food and I'll back up. Get my food and I'll leave. Everyone else on the enemy team missing from the map currently. We were practicing my Orphea last week, and believe it or not, I was landing my ults. It was incredible. I've never felt that kind of power before, but I'm hoping this week it continues. I feel like that's been my biggest weakness on Orphea. I have not been able to really capitalize on the wombo combos because everything in her kit has such a delay with it. That's kind of the main theme. Everything you do takes a second to happen first. So my ults, unfortunately, were lagging behind, but maybe we've come across the corner. Maybe we'll see those be real good. Just checking what my damage is. It looks like not quite enough to just move in and bite yet, but we'll keep stacking. The Butcher just looked like he charged into the middle lane there. I'm going to stay up top and get this ready. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Get that moving. Enemy team is pulling further ahead on XP as this game continues. Slowly but surely. Moving the needle forward. Good stun does catch me as I was trying to run back into the base. The enemy team very clumped up on this mercenary camp. It looks like this is a 5-man rotation to stop it. If they move up on this bridge, that potentially could be a very good ult opportunity for me. But then you have to ask yourself, what happens next? We have no damage follow-up here, so even if I could land something, doesn't mean it's worth it to land something. We'll go ahead and eat that, cycle up to the top lane, and try to eat the next wave there too. Enemy team now missing. Very likely that they're going for this camp. I'll go ahead and ping that. Enemy team's Artanis moving forward. Let's just put this behind him. It was just for my meal, but he didn't know that. Maybe he thought we were ganking him. I was trying to convince him to move forward down the lane, but he kept his composure very, very well. These have been loosened up a little bit. Unfortunately, my bite position wasn't very good there. And now we have to rip across the map to try and get back to the team. Boss was not taken. It was an enemy mercenary camp. Remember, we need to take those too. I can't do it. Enemy team's Johanna caught moving up. Falling back. If I really looked at the enemy composition prior to picking my talents at the beginning of the game, I would have really advocated for a fight, for a Q focus setup. Good light bomb. Slow on top of that. Because later in the game, it would deal percentage damage, which would help out a ton in situations like this, where it seems like no one's fucking dying. I do have a Q ready to send, but unfortunately got too stunned by the Muradin that was directly next to me. My plan was to jump in, bite, and then use Shadow Waltz to get out, but it didn't quite work out that way. If we did commit for going for the backbiter here. We'd have 15% more HP, which might help out against some of the crowd control on this team. I just don't like being like catapulted across the room every time I try to bite. And later in the talent tier, when we pick up this, yes, Abyssal Symbiosis, it's going to give us a full stack of our passive, that thing we've been building up every time we hit someone with our ability. It increases our auto attack damage, does a critical hit to an enemy, and heals us at the same time. So you could do a setup where you go into a fight with stacks of your passive, and then auto attack, bite, auto attack for some big burst damage. And I feel like if I'm being sent away, then that combo doesn't feel as good. Enemy team starting to pull ahead. They were definitely in command of that last objective. We have 41 stacks on our W right now, which means 81 added damage onto our W every time we use it. Now again, this enemy team's super tanky. Maybe that damage won't matter. We shall see. The Butcher having a very hard time getting stacks. Perhaps should focus on farming some minions a little bit more. We're only at 54 at the 11-minute mark. That is very behind schedule. We are seeing the enemy team jumping in really aggressively. The Butcher Silence goes down on the enemy team's Muradin, but the swap out was a little less productive. The bite does land, and we secure that kill, and now I feel like I immediately have to leave to go soak again. I don't get any time to enjoy that. No fanfare there. We're immediately going to dip off and try to defend this. The enemy Artanis already jumped backwards, so he moved back. He might be heading down here. We'll go ahead and ping that with some danger. W ability will get 2 more stacks off these little guys, so make it only 1. And we do defend the building. I'm going to grab my sippy cup and start moving. Enemy team. Oh, we do pick up a kill on Vala down to the bot lane. Ooh. Our bite is almost enough to kill the lane outright. Almost enough. Meanwhile, the enemy objective, still pushing, does make it to the tier 2 defenses of our bottom lane. 4 members of the friendly team chasing after it to finish it off now. I'm not going to be able to bite anything there, so I'm leaving enemy team about half a level ahead of us in XP, as they have their level 16 talents and we do not. This might be a setup. Either way, I'm leaving now. I'm not even going to get that regen globe. I don't think Artanis could solo a boss. I was wrong, though, I guess. I was wrong about that. Got him. That's my meal, Butcher. That's my meal. You can't take that. That was for my teeth. We do see Muradin trying to go in. This is a good way to split deaths for the team usually. But with that light bomb being used, maybe it will be enough. No, we keep the damage high. I know I have a talent. I'm not going to take it now. I'm a little fucking busy. Anduin taken down next. And the death ball for the boss continues. I might be able to slow at the end of that path. Butcher trying to continue his engagement. We do hit Vala and move forward with that critical auto attack, totally finishing off the enemy team. We're going to take Dead Magic, Chaos, basic attacks, ignore armor. I don't remember who has passive armor and who has passive spell armor anymore. I'm actually kind of thankful for that. That means that part of my brain that was storing that knowledge didn't deem it necessary to store it anymore. So I don't know how much that's helping us, but it always feels good to also do an AoE with our combo as well. And we have a great synergy with it at level 13 with our bite talents too. We have 122 stacks. That's 244 extra damage on every single bite. Let's see if we can kill off the back lane. We sure can. That's a perfect spot to be at. The friendly team is continuing to push, and I do think they should, but I'm going to try to take the objective while we're doing that. Have the pressure on this enemy team in multiple locations. And here's the successful channel. Light bomb going down on the enemy team's Johanna. I unfortunately do have to stay here and babysit this, but it shouldn't be that bad. These guys do not give us any stacks towards our quests. This is considered a monster, not a minion, just in case you were ever curious. The friendly team picked up a kill on enemy Johanna, which means we're going to have numbers advantage for the rest of this. And it should go well. Should go well. Now that they're here, I'm going to go bite. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to try to hit melee too. I was too far away. One more step forward. It is possible to hit the entire lane. You can also approach from the side and kind of bite where the mage minion is, and you'll hit the entire lane too. Vala could appear at any moment and try to burst me down. We do see Anduin moving forward. That is a mighty big wave right there. I'll get it. I'll get it. It might get a tower before I get there, but... Bro, the animations in this game for structures are top tier. It's just so good. Like, it starts looking pretty solid when it's new, and then logs start falling off and stuff. Oh, another wave. 3, 2, 1. I'll just eat the back line, and then I'm leaving. The objective's fine. I want to join my team. Butcher at 230 stacks. He's made quite the fucking shift in the past 6 minutes, hasn't he? Goodness gracious. I see the silence going out, and a large grouping of the enemy over here. That's a pretty normal ultimate for me. That's how they normally go. I needed more of an angle there. We might be able to cut off Anduin with a bite here. Big damage. Going with our Q. Another set of big damage. The Butcher goes in with a charge. Anduin taken down. They don't have a healer for this defense anymore. We're going to get Eldritch Conduit at level 20. Now, every time I build up my passive, we gain even more spell damage. I'm just going to focus Vala here if I can. Oh, I thought I had an auto attack. I thought I had it empowered. Still, I did not. I did not. I did not. The enemy team's core is already fighting the objective as we take down this building. That means the core loses armor. Is this building going to be able to be taken down? The Butcher's going for it. He charges in, hits Vala, and grabs the meat. But at what cost? No cost whatsoever. How much fucking HP do you have? I can't tell because the way my keybinds are set up. Well, that was a big momentum shift towards the end there. I think the enemy team's composition a little too tanky, not quite enough damage, perhaps. But we did pretty good. I wish I could see how many stacks I had at the end of this. Highest XP contribution in the game, highest team fight damage for the friendly team, and highest siege for the game. I would love to make it seem like this is how this always plays out, but we tried this build, I think, 3 times last stream, and I had no progress with it. So I'm glad we got a win under our belt. That feels good. Chat says I was at 146 stacks. But that's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. I've been kind of casually working on the Orphea Golden Ring. Playing a bunch of characters I don't normally play was just kind of burning me out. So I've been taking a more casual stance on it. But we're closing in. We're not very far off at all. Talents I used in today's video were Ancestral Strength, Chaotic Assault, Ravenous Hunger, Crushing Jaws, Abyssal Symbiosis, Dead Magic, and Eldritch Conduit.